Vegas.
Okay, great. Jaime, what made you first interested in Ron Paul's campaign?
Just the fact that I was anti-war, and he seems to be the only one that can beat Hillary. And at first we thought she was anti-war, but now she seems to be just like the other candidates. He has the guts to say the truth, you know, in front of the camera. Just everybody was so afraid to speak up against the banks that it's nice to have somebody who's not afraid.
Ron Paul! Revolution! Ron Paul! Revolution! Ron Paul!
What's your name?
My name is Robert Stark.
Hi, Robert. What do you think Ron Paul could change here in the U.S.?
Well, he's the only candidate who would uphold the Constitution, and he would battle to stop the North American Union.
If Ron Paul were president, where do you see us in the next 4 years?
I think we would be less likely to go to war with Iran, and we would be out of Iraq, and our economy would be better because of he would try to abolish the Federal Reserve System and enact a sound currency policy.
My name is Aaron Burke, and I love your shirt, by the way. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Thanks, Aaron. All right, so what would you tell someone if you wanted to convince them that Ron Paul was the right person for the president of the U.S.?
Well, you know, first of all, this country was founded on an article called the Constitution, and you know, they're going to brand him crazy or brand him, you know, a fringe candidate, but I mean, how fringe is the roots and the foundation of what we were formed on? It's as simple as that. It's the Constitution, and the Constitution is a document that, you know, was meant to free man. You know, we had those rights prior to that, but it stated those rights clearly, you know, and who's going to look after you better than the Constitution? That's what made America great, and it can be great again. Liberty, justice, and the American way. It's simple as that.
What do you think Ron Paul could change here in the U.S.?
Oh my gosh. A paradigm shift in the people's and what people believe what our country is supposed to be about. I think that would be our biggest thing. And bring back the idea of what freedom is supposed to be about, what our government's role truly is.
What's your name?
Alex.
Alex? All right, what do you think Ron Paul could change here in the U.S.?
Well, just taking us back to the simple constitutional rules. And finally found a candidate that expresses a lot of those concerns. Is the basically, when nations were formed throughout the history of the world, you start with city-states and you move on to nations. What you have is a group of people who band together for protection. That's where governments are formed. It's just from protection. It should be no different today. You have a group of people that band together in order to protect themselves. And if you start mixing around and trying to go all around the world, not keeping that basic principle in mind, you're just doomed to fail.
One thing you want Ron Paul to do as president, and why?
The one thing, if Ron Paul could do anything, is probably to get us out of some of the binding agreements that are in around the world, NAFTA, listening to UN resolutions, of course the war in Iraq, probably just focusing more on America and less on the rest of the world.